Geeks, my name is Kat, and that song you heard in the intro was The Naked Time by 5 Year Mission. Today I'm going to be talking about the Star Trek episode The Naked Time, which is pretty much about a crazy disease that makes people act like they're super drunk. This was the first Star Trek episode I ever saw. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I saw this video before I saw any of the other Star Trek videos. This Star Trek episode my dad was watching when I was like 5 years old, and I came downstairs to see the particle, and I was so freaked out. You have no idea. I did not watch another Star Trek episode for like 5 years. I was so scared. So it starts off with Kirk being like, okay, we have to go down to this deathish ice planet and bring the people that are living there up so that they don't freeze to death. They go down, well, two people, Spock and some dude, go down, and the temperature is about the same that my dad keeps our house at, so our house is always really, really cold because my dad is convinced that we must live in Antarctica, even though we're in Canada. The fabric that they're wearing is super cool looking. My mom said she wants a onesie made out of it. I do too. So the dead people laying around, they're all frozen, they are mannequins. Like, I'm sorry, but the girl that was laying on the ground was a mannequin. I could see the mannequin eyes, the mannequin face. So that creeped me out. The guy says they're just all frozen there like they just don't care. Oh, he's a poet and he don't even know it. Word, people. Okay, so then he takes off his gloves. He's like, taking off my glove now because why not? And then there's the little thing that goes to his hand. So they have protocol for a reason. Like, don't take off your gloves when there's dead people around because they might have a disease that you've now just caught. So first episode takes the food out of this guy's mouth. Like, yeah, he'd eat a random berry sitting there. McCoy just licks a little salt tablet that he doesn't know if it's salt or not. All of this stuff they should know by now. Like, Starfleet Academy is slacking. Seriously, they don't care. They're just like, oh, let's kill all these people because they're obviously not smart enough not to eat berries or whatever. Then, when they get back up to the beamy, they're like, wait, we have to scan them for bad things. Well, that obviously didn't work. Then Spock is like, even though he's acting strange, there are no unusual elements. No unusual elements. Some dude is running around on the ship. And then he starts trying to kill himself with a bread knife. You're not going to be able to kill yourself with the bread knife, buddy. Like, dude. Then he passes it on to the disease to his friend, and then he dies spontaneously. So then his friend, who is convinced he's an Irishman, goes over to the nurse and he's like, hey, pretty lady, you know what Joe's mistake was? He wasn't born an Irishman, like me. I really was convinced all the characters in the story had taken something like alcohol or drugs, because everyone on the show is high. Sulu was out in the hallway, he's like, ha, your blood will be on my blade, or my blood will be on yours. Cowards, you're running from me. That happened. So he's running around with his shirt off, and I'm pretty sure this is like the first and the last episode that Kirk doesn't completely lose his shirt. Just pointing that out. And then Irish dude is like, oh, by the way, everybody, everyone on this ship gets the double portions of ice cream for supper, because I'm taking over the ship. So he goes and hides in like the engineering room and locks the doors. And Uhura's like helping people, and he's like, oh, there won't be any ice cream for you tonight, Uhura. Sounds like he's talking to a 2-year-old. He says, Okay, all women on the ship must wear their hair loosely around their shoulders and not as much makeup because they must be pure and gorgeous. And he's like, oh yes, give the ladies the jobs. Good job, people. Because as soon as he's high, he's a feminist. And then he's convinced that the Enterprise has a bowling alley, which I never heard. So if the Enterprise does have a bowling alley, please comment, because I'm convinced there is no bowling alley and that he isn't just insane. He's singing Kathleen. I don't know the song exactly, but he's like, I'm taking you home, Kathleen. And then he's like, and then the reprise of Kathleen. And then Kirk is just sitting there like, not again. Don't make me listen to that again. Everyone on this ship is insane. And the nurse lady, I'm calling her nurse lady now. That is sad. She doesn't have a name. She's just nurse lady. I wanted to point that out. Everyone just calls her nurse. And she was flirting with Spock. And then Spock got all moody and started crying. He's like, logic. 1 × 1 is 1. Word. Because he has to use the logic of math to calm himself down. Think about that one. Kirk is going insane. He is convinced he's in love with his ship. That's pretty much like me being, oh, cabinet, with all my toys lined up on it. I love you. That was creepy. And then MacLeod like rips Kirk's shirt over the shoulder and stabs him with the cure thing. Just his shoulder, just ripping the cloth. How? They seriously need some stronger fabrics on this Enterprise because everyone's shirts are always ripping and it's really annoying, and they should just somehow, through the magic of this being the future and them having all the science they do in this show, just make a fabric that isn't tearaway pants, tearaway shirts, whatever. Rand is just sitting there and Kirk is like, no beaches, because he's convinced that his ship is a physical being that could date him and go to the beach with him. And Rand just kind of like looks at him like, what? What? That pretty much wraps up my video for today. I had to wait for my camera to charge again because in the middle of the video it just went poof. So please don't forget to like for the trouble I went through. Subscribe for more crazy videos about me ranting on and on about the plot holes and funny things that happen in Star Trek and stuff like that. And yeah, comment if there's stuff you want to point out, your opinion on this video, your opinion on Star Trek in general. Don't forget to check out my dad's channel, which is Geek Nation Tours, and 5-Year Mission's website. So thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Bye! And that song you heard in the intro was... name I can't remember. The Naked Time. Restarting. Zoom. Nope, not that way. Tell me if this hat is a panda or a skeleton. Because everyone thinks it's a skeleton, but I think it's a panda. This hat is like 18 years old. I got it at Ardene's in like 2005. My camera is legitimately dying right now. Like, it is at 1%. My camera is dying. Like, dying. Everyone says this dimple is cute, but I don't know. Is that dimple cute? And now my dad's coming in the door.